God of War Ragnarok is one of the best PS5 games I have ever played. Now, the boss fights in this game are some of the biggest and best I've ever seen. The dialogue and character development are on a different level.
But I think we all have a better idea of who we're dealing with. Now, what you did to his boys.
Oh, and we got tons of collectibles to collect on our journey. 418 collectibles to be exact. Now, this collectible list might look intimidating, but it's really not. I'll highly recommend some things. If you see any side quests, do them. If you see any Nornir chests, loot them. If you see any of Odin's ravens, kill them. And also just explore any alternate paths you can take. Now, this will save you a huge headache in the end game. I barely had any collectibles to get by the end. Anyway, on to the video. We start off our journey on a pretty early boss fight. Now, this fight basically acts as the tutorial, teaching you the ways of combat. Not a difficult fight, of course. And right as we defeat the bear, we get our first trophy. Now, this next fight, we go up against Thor, and this fight is absolutely insane. This fight definitely hooked me into the game right away. It's just so freaking awesome. Not a hard fight, of course, but man, was it so fun to do this. Now we go ahead and clear that fight, and we get another trophy for doing so. Now, another thing about this game is the scenery. Every world and area in the game feels so polished and detailed, it's absolutely surreal. Just another reason why this game is so great. Now, from the dialogues that you have with your teammates in the boat while exploring these vast lands really make you feel like you're a part of the game. As we explore a little bit more, we get around to this part in the shop where we get another trophy just for upgrading our armor for the first time.
What happened to all the armor we made you already?
Now, remember what I told you about doing all the side quests that you can find? Well, whenever there is an important one, then you get a trophy for that, just like we got right here. Now, what's cool about this game compared to God of War 2018 is you actually get to play as Atreus this time, which is actually pretty cool.
The chest.
Now, Atreus is definitely not as strong as Kratos, of course, but his array of bow skills and bow elements do make for some fun gameplay. As we return back as Kratos, we meet a new character, a squirrel named Ratatoskr. Fun fact of the day, actually, this squirrel was actually voiced by YouTuber ProZD, which I found pretty cool, actually. But to be honest, besides giving some side quests, I really don't know what this character really does.
That delectable aroma. Could it be? Pardon the intrusion.
Now, I'm skipping way far into the story here, like way far. We went through a whole bunch of character development, side quests, exploration, all that. So now this game takes like 50 hours to 100%. So now I'm unfortunately going to be skipping most of it, but trust me, you're going to want to experience all of this. These fights aren't bad at all, honestly. They're not too hard, especially on the easiest difficulty, which unfortunately I am on because I'm kind of just focused on the trophies right now, so they're not too bad. Now we reach the section of Muspelheim. If you've ever played God of War 2018, then you'll know that this section will be a little bit familiar. But this time around, it's way more grindy. Like, way more. Okay. So the premise is there's a Nornir chest in the middle of the arena, right? And we need to open it. Sounds simple, right? But it's not. To open this chest now, we need to fight in separate arenas that'll basically open that specific letter. Now, for example, we want to start with the letter N, right? We got to do two challenges here. One is opponents rapidly regenerate any damage. So we basically need to knock them out of the arena. Simple. And another one, we defeat enemies and throw orbs into a realm tier to close it. This one's pretty simple as well, but now some of them can be quite difficult, especially on the harder difficulties, and this only covers one letter. After that, we're gonna go to letter F. Here we do a challenge where we need to defeat all enemies within the time limit, and another one where we can't take any damage. Now, the last two challenges for the letter R are pretty tough. First one, we need to kill the elite while also making sure the population of small enemies doesn't increase to over 4 or a timer starts ticking down. It's so hard to keep track of where enemies are, and it's tough. Last challenge, we need to keep enemies out of the rings in the arena until the time ticks down. Another kind of hard challenge to do, but nothing crazy on the easiest difficulty, right? Okay, we did 6 challenges total, right? I'm tired, we must be done, right? Let's go get our loot. Wait a minute, what is this now? Okay, so check this out. We have to do 6 more challenges. Simple enough, right? Wrong! Let's take a look into this chart. What we need to do now is complete any challenge from Sword 1, then another one in Sword 2. This unlocks a new challenge called the Endurance Challenge that we do in the middle arena. Basically now, you have to do 18 challenges total. I accidentally did Sword 3 and 2, which unlocked the hardest challenge, which was Boss Rush. I basically got my ass handed to me constantly. Check this out. Now, of course, after a bit of practice, however, I did get it down, but even on the easiest difficulty, this was a tough one, especially because I was under-leveled and I didn't know that. A few hours later and some coffee, I finally finished this crazy section of the game and unlocked the trophy, and I got some pretty sweet armor that'll help me throughout the rest of the game.
Congrats! We've gotten all the unique rewards old Surtur had to offer.
Now after that, obviously because we got the best equipment, we basically wiped the floor with the rest of the bosses now. Everything's a joke now, honestly. Just check this out. I mean, we just demolish everything. After that, we're pretty much done the story and we get our last story trophy. Woo! So now that the story is completed, we're free to roam around the entire world. What we're going to focus now is getting all of the collectibles, fighting the few super bosses, and after defeating all of Odin's ravens, we fight the Raven Keeper. Simple. So now, good thing about this game is there's nothing missable at all. So we can just go to any location that we want, pick up, or do anything you've missed. Now, just because I got the best equipment in the game, or well, the best equipment I thought I could find, I thought I was the best at this game. I thought it was time to fight the super boss Gná, the Valkyrie Queen. Yet, you'll see that she quickly humbled me real fast. Now check this out. Finally, after like 10 or 15 tries, we finally got her. So next, we go ahead and fight King Hroll. We unlock him after we defeat 10 other mini-bosses at the 10 Berserker gravestones scattered across the realms. Honestly, this boss wasn't a challenge at all. His parry timing seemed quite lenient and his moveset was pretty slow. Got this one on the first try, so not that bad.
My kingdom. Thank you, brother.
Now, I absolutely hate collectibles, especially in games where they're missable and I gotta start from the beginning of the game. Thankfully, this game is not like that. Now, because we tried to explore every crevice and every area while exploring the main story, we really didn't have to go out of the way to find the rest of the collectibles now. So our first step here is we collect all the books. Then we get the trophy for picking up 38 artifacts. This is right where I pick up the last one. Now, 2 quick trophies that I could have probably gotten a while back. Here's one for getting every shield, and I just had to craft one as I already collected all of them. And the other one is for crafting the dragon armor set. Now we're at the final stretch of the game. We gotta hunt down all 48 of Odin's ravens. Now this one wasn't too tough compared to God of War 2018. The fast travel in this game is vastly superior. However, it's still not as fast. You still need to manage some walking around, which is still cool. Gives me a chance to explore the amazing world yet again. It's not too bad. I didn't have too many ravens to get, as you'll see here. And then the final objective of the game for the last trophy is just to defeat the Raven Keeper. After this, as soon as we defeat the Raven Keeper, we get the Platinum Trophy. And this boss fight is a breeze. I mean, we have the best equipment. We just demolish this boss. And then we just get the trophy.
Well done, brother. Clearly the ravens, the children, appreciated it as well.
Is there nothing to be done for them?
I believe we have done something.
Perhaps.
Now that's pretty much God of War Ragnarok in a nutshell. Overall, the trophy list wasn't bad at all. Overall, it took me about 50 hours total, initially not using a guide until the end of the story. I'll be linking the collectible guides I used in the description of the video right below. Now, if there's any other games you'd recommend to me to hunt those trophies, something really difficult or maybe something really interesting, just type them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Peace!